for the camera.
The Monsanto Corporation released the Roundup Ready seeds, which can up the natural pesticide content of the crop by up to 1,000%. If
You fuck up when you start talking in front of the camera.
yeah, oh yeah,
It's all right.
Camera on me. If those crops, like say your neighbor plants the Monsanto Roundup Ready seeds, and then that crossbreeds into your crop.
Sure.
Monsanto is then authorized to send crews around to check the neighbors of anyone using their crops. And if you have any of that strain in your crops, then they can sue you for copyright infringement.
So we can copyright seeds now.
Yeah. Monsanto's
How is that
goal-
possible?
Monsanto's publicly stated goal is to control the entire planet's biosphere by copyright.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's every corporation's goal, and not just them. That basically is every goal.
On
every
different
corporation
levels
in America is
of
to do
food,
that.
energy, water.
Yeah, people, everything. It doesn't matter what it is. You know.
Right. And
Well,
you
know the other.
ingest that much pesticide, man. I mean, that is dangerous stuff.
Well,
and there are
it's
studies out there.
unrenewable. It destroys the world. I mean, you have corn that's genetically modified not to reproduce seed that will grow more corn, dude. So what is that doing when you're eating it? Because they're taking something out of
It's
it,
also
you know.
killing bees.
And it's also not renewable.
Yes,
you know.
it's wiping out the bees.
Yeah, that
I have
too.
people. My father-in-law is a park ranger.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about setting up some beehives on my property, but I'm not quite ready to harvest the honey yet and be able to deal with that. He said, don't even wait. It doesn't matter if you're just let the honey go to waste. Just put up the hives so the bees have someplace to be, because that is it's that much of a crisis.
Yeah.
We lose the bees, then within a year, then we're done.
You know, I just came back here from New Mexico, and for the first 3 years, I was there for 5 years. The first 3 years I was in New Mexico, there were no honeybees whatsoever. And the people there are amazing. That's one of the most amazing states you could ever find.
I love New Mexico.
Because the people there are actually, they hear about this stuff and then they do something about it, unlike most places do. So they started putting beehives every backyard they had. And, take for granted, New Mexico only has a population of around 3 million people, dude. But within the 2 years before I left that place, there were fucking honeybees all over the place, dude.
That's awesome.
Honey being sold on the street side everywhere. I mean, people there do something.
It takes the people at a low level. We don't need the federal government
they didn't stand up and,
to come in and say, this is what you can or can't do. Let us decide
But why
that.
should we have to do this to get the attention of the people? They should They should be inspired on their own to start changing things.
Well, I mean,
dude. We shouldn't have to do this.
They're pigs.
They don't know they're being screwed, but I would bet $100 bucks that you ask someone who won American Goddamn Idol last week or whatever the hell.
They'll know
it is.
exactly what it was.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah. The
It's just
dumbifying
that-
of America.
Exactly.
Yeah, the dumbifying of America. Yeah.
But I mean, it's going to get to the point where, and this is what concerns me. This is why the Occupy movements are so important. It's not so much to get change, but to avoid what could come if something isn't done now. And that's not so much the continuation of their plot, but what's going to happen to the people.
Yeah.
Because if something ain't done now, then when people start starving, then they're going to do something stupid.
Well, the other night when I stayed here, we had this discussion about martial law, and people were saying, well, I'm going to change all this if they start marching in with guns. And I was about to go to sleep, and I had to wake up and say, dude, if they come in here to try to enforce martial law, it ain't going to be with guns. They're going to drop fucking chemicals on us is what they're going to fucking do. And we're not even going to know what happened. We're all going to die a fucking month later from something, dude, is what's going to happen. And that sounds like paranoia, but all you have to do is understand
It's in their
how
documents,
this fucking government works, dude.
There's documents that exist that talk about a plan for martial law and concentration
So it is
camps.
not only that they are only
They're
for rich people
FEMA
because
camps
of money,
are
but they
real.
are for rich people. That's all they want. They don't even want us here anymore. They want to fucking exist without us anymore. And they're gonna find they can't. But that's what they want, And then they think, and then the other issue is they think we're going to sit here and keep fucking taking this forever and ever and ever. And I took it long enough, dude. I'm fucking done with it. I'm not taking it anymore, dude. I don't care. Poison me, kill me, shoot me, stomp my face into the ground. You can't fucking kill me. I am an idea. I am energy. I last forever, dude.
Trying to convince people what is going on is so hard because of how slick this whole operation is. The tyranny isn't any less here than it is other places, but it's far more slick. When like I was trying to explain this to someone, and I came up with a line that said, the best way to oppress the people, is to convince them that they've already won, that they are free. If you convince them that they're free, then there's very little way for them to fight back.
You can't convince a horse its ass is there if it's wearing blinders, dude. You know, it's exactly what it fucking is, dude. You know, it turns its head, can't see it. Oh, my ass is gone.
You've got to get across to. I mean, when the American Revolution happened, the tax rates and the oppression that was going on at that time ain't nothing compared to what's going on now.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're being hit a lot harder than that, but it was a lot less smooth.
Well, that's,
you know, I mean, now it's not like the whole thing Al Gore made that statement popular.
Al Gore's full of shit.
Well, it was a statement that he made popular where he said, you know, you got this frog and you set him in a damn pot of water, and then you slowly raise the heat.
Yeah.
And then you do that and you boil that son of a bitch alive. If you do it slowly and in increments.
Soft kill.
That's what's done here. And these two political fucking parties, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not, they're not real.
It's
the left
it is called polarization. It's how everything is run in this country. Polarization, one side or the other. One side or the other. Black or white. You fucking hate them or you love them.
You got the Democratic Party on one side of a two-man saw. You got the Republicans on the other.
Yep.
And working that back and forth between elections has been sawing the tree of liberty down.
The wool they've been pulling over everyone's eyes for years, and this is, you know, this is my opinion, but I'm going to tell you it's fact, is that there is no differentiating between Democrats or Republicans. They get together and decide who's going to be president this year and who's going to be president.
It's called the left-right paradigm.
The only
we got to break that paradigm.
The only difference is in what specific pet liberties that group wants to dispose of.
Yep.
And then when you get them together, you get, you know, this group is willing to get that group. Okay, we're going to go after them. We're going to go after what you know, the liberties that they treasured. And then we say, okay, let's switch it up. This group's going to, okay, we're going to go to that. And it eventually just saws through that fucking tree, man.
And if you would even try to make an argument that oh no, they're still separate parties, here's all you need to be convinced, dude, is that, you know, if the Democratic Party really does care about the people and is for the people, how come they don't repeal any of the fucking laws the Republicans pass when they get the power? They do fucking nothing. They don't make more laws.
They continue it.
They just continue them, ignore them. You know, they're the same fucking party. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Obama said he was going to do a bunch of things. He was going to end the war in Iraq. He was going to repeal the Patriot Act. And a bunch of other things.
He didn't do anything.
And did not. Not only did he not repeal the Patriot Act, but he extended it
and
for
then
another
he
year.
uses this excuse, and this, you know, for some instances this is true, but he always uses the excuses. Well, I can't do this alone. I need the power of Congress. There are so many laws. Well, look what did George W. Bush do? Yeah, do the exact same thing. Say, fuck it, I'm doing it. You know, that's all I can say. You know? It's tiring. You know, it's fucking tiring.
You know, people are they're waiting. They want to sit there and they want to wait for someone to come along to solve every fucking thing, and it ain't gonna happen.
No, we need to do it.
There's only, honestly, and while I support these protests the way they're going, I think it's good to raise people's awareness. Yeah. If we look at it, there's only two ways you're going to change this. To look at it like a seesaw, okay? On one side of that seesaw, there are trillions of goddamn dollars. If we're going to make change happen, you've got to balance out that seesaw enough to be a high enough percentage of it that you scare them bad enough that they capitulate.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's going to, it's going to come down to either a bloody damn mess, which is going to be just that.
It may do that too, you know.
Or there's another way to do it, and that is to reject the whole bloody thing.
Well, that's what.
And there is communities out there. There are 9,000 eco-villages in the United States of people that have just gotten together, rejected
a lot of them
the
are in New
system,
Mexico.
Make their own currency. Oh yeah, definitely.
Make their own currency and just work it out.
Silver, gold-based
between
currencies.
themselves, you know, and just do it that way. And all this stuff will roll up like tumbleweeds and blow away if we can find a way to break out of it. Having to buy crap from Walmart, having to do all that.
Costco.
Then you just win. It'll just shrivel up and die.
Well, your family needs it. But you know, an issue with Walmart too is a lot of people, and I'm in this category myself many times, can't afford to go anywhere else because, you know, Walmart is so much cheaper, you know, and that's another way to control the economy as well. You keep people so poor they can only afford to shop at one place, and that place profits off of our fucking, you know, destruction basically. So, you know.
That's what Monsanto did.
Yeah.
They produce all this crap. They get government subsidies so they can pump it out there cheap.
Yeah, and then they don't pay any taxes.
If a farmer wants to make a profit, off his crops because of how tight they've made everything.
He has
how
to go apply
expensive all-
for a grant or something. Yeah.
So he's got to get Monsanto seeds.
Yeah.
It's the only way he can